There was a widely shared view that the Jews ought to be eliminated in some way from German society. The Holocaust does not attempt to explain the role of anti Semitism throughout history, the origins of National Socialism, or to question why German citizens allowed the Holocaust to take place. Many Germans harbored anti Semitic feelings and likely would not have objected to the removal of Jewish citizenship rights or their segregation from the rest of the population. To show that many beliefs about the killers are fallacies, they were not primarily SS men or Nazi Party members, but perfectly ordinary Germans from all walks of life, men and women who brutalized and murdered Jews both willingly and zealously. They acted as they did because of a widespread, profound, unquestioned, and virulent anti Semitism that led them to regard the Jews as a demonic enemy whose extermination was not only necessary but also just. Hitler's anti Jewish beliefs were more extreme than those of the average German, but he cloaked his radicalism by appealing to the more traditional forms of anti Semitism. The German Workers' Party was founded on January 5, 1919, by a small right wing group led by Anton Dexler, a locksmith, and Karl Harrer, a member of the Bolshevik Occult Society, which was founded in 1918 for the purpose of advancing nationalistic and anti Semitic ideas. Adolf Hitler joined the party on September 12, 1919. Hitler's extraordinary oratorical ability quickly propelled him to the leadership of the party in July 1921, where he moved his comrades to a more militant position in regard to the Jews. Hitler's earliest extant political statement in response to a question regarding the Jewish question advocated that Jewish emancipation should be legally revoked, but the final objective must be the complete removal of Jews from German soil. Hitler's remark mirrored Article 4 of the NSDAP program, which called for a greater Germany in which only those with German blood, regardless of creed, can be countrymen. For Hitler, Jews represented evil incarnate. In his assault, Hitler accused Jews of an extensive catalog of sins. By Hitler rendering, they were responsible for Marxism, democracy, the outbreak of World War I, and Germany's collapse in 1918. Hitler found the Jewish menace lurking everywhere, and he asserted that Jews control countries such as the United States through their influence over world finance, the influence of the Sart's forgery protocols of the Elders of Zion, which exposed the Jewish conspiracy to connect the Jews as responsible for both the Bolshevik revolution in Russia and their grip over world finance. In Hitler's mind, both communism and finance capitalism were means by which Jews further their plans for world domination. Hitler's violent language against the Jews was implemented indeed by both the SA and SS. Jews were an easy target because although constituting only 1% of the population, they were visible in all aspects of German life. Their most obvious presence was in politics, where the Nazis were able to connect Jews with Bolshevism. The Nazi regime frequently subjected women, however, both Jewish and non-Jewish, to brutal persecution that was sometimes unique to the gender of the victims. Nazi ideology also targeted Gypsy women, Polish women, and the women with disabilities living in institutions. May 1939, the SS opened Ravensbrück, the largest Nazi concentration camp established for women. Over 100,000 women had been incarcerated in Ravensbrück by the time Soviet troops liberated the camp in 1945. In 1942, SS authorities established a compound also known as Auschwitz II to incarcerate female prisoners. In 1944, Bergen-Belsen established a women's camp. The SS transferred thousands of Jewish female prisoners from Ravensbrück to Auschwitz to Bergen-Belsen Belsen during the last year of the World War II. The Germans and their collaborators women they spared neither women nor children during deportation operations. Pregnant women and mothers of small children were consistently labeled incapable of work. They were sent to killing centers. They were camp officials often included them in the first group to be sent to the gas chambers. The largest number of children in Orthodox families also made women in those families a special target of Nazi ideology. In both camps and ghettos, women were particularly vulnerable to beatings and rape. Pregnant Jewish women often tried to conceal their pregnancies or were forced to submit to abortion. Other women were able to survive when the SS camp authorities deployed them in either clothing repair, cooking, laundry, and house cleaning detachments. At death camps like Auschwitz, children did not fare well. They were often killed upon arrival. Children both born in the camps were generally killed on the spot, especially if they were Jewish.